Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I am sorry I was MIA yesterday. Actually, let me tell y'all what happened. So on Tuesday, right before yesterday, I intended to film. I wanted to film several videos. Like I filmed like 5 videos, you guys, okay? And baby, I don't curl my little weave, okay? I put on this mean beat, okay? I was cute, okay? You could not talk to me anyhow, okay, baby? I mean, you never can, but especially that day, okay? I will try and find a selfie. If I find one, I will include it in the video, whatever, okay? And I had gotten myself this mic from Amazon, okay, and I intended to test it out for the first time, so I did, and you know, I was so happy with the videos and everything, whatever. And then yesterday I decided, you know, to put the footage into my computer and edit the videos, and then I wanted to post them, you know, like not back to back, but I want to post one yesterday and then, you know, post the rest like throughout the week. Now baby, tell me why the videos don't got no sound. Tell me why the videos don't got no sound, okay? I mean, I know why, because I am terrible with technology, you guys. I'm just terrible with technique. I just am, okay? If you watch my videos, you know, I'm terrible with editing and all of that stuff. That is definitely, you know, my #1 goal for 2024 is get much better at editing. So y'all pray for me, okay? But anyways, so yesterday I was like gutted and I just didn't have it, you know, in me to film this video. But today, you know, I feel a little bit better. So, you know, this is why I'm here without makeup or whatever, because baby, I couldn't be bothered, okay? You know, some days you have the energy to put it on and some days you just like, yeah, I can't be bothered today. So it is what it is. I know most of you guys don't mind anyways, and you know, if you do, I will not take it personally, which is what this video is about, you guys. This video is about how to not take anything personally, because most things are not personal, you guys. I would venture to say anywhere from 65 to 80% of the things that people say and do are actually not personal. You know, as human beings, we tend to be quite narcissistic. Now, I'm not saying we all have full-blown NPD, okay? We don't have, hopefully most of us, you know, most likely most of us don't have full-blown narcissistic personality disorder, but we are quite narcissistic as humans. We tend to think about ourselves a lot in our mind. It's me, you know, hopefully positively, but we know that human beings have a tendency to self-loathe. So a lot of us also, you know, have these negative thoughts about ourselves. You know, you reminisce about the time you fell down in the street, think about how embarrassing that was. In your mind, you think everybody was laughing at you, when in actuality, you know, probably nobody cared, and you know, most people didn't even see it. I mean, I'm not saying that it never happens that, you know, you fall and, you know, someone sees it and laugh. You know, that does happen, I guess, to most of us once or whatever. But you know, I mean, think about it. How miserable does that person have to be to laugh at someone's falling, right? That's pretty down bad. That's pretty sad, okay? But most of the time, what I'm trying to say here is that most people are not spending as much time thinking about you as you think. Think about it. The way you always think about yourself is the same way most people are always thinking about themselves. Now, I used to take everything personally, okay? Everything, okay? Like, you know, 10 years ago, probably even 7 years ago, I used to take everything personally, you guys. Like, actually, let me tell you a secret, since I'm always spilling my own tea, okay? I used to take things personally, so much so that back in the days, my friends, I mean, looking back, those people were not really friends. The people that, you know, I used to hang around those days, like, used to subtext me because they knew I would take everything personally. So, like, if they didn't like something I said or something I done, instead of, you know, just telling me, you know, Manetta, you did this last time, I didn't like it, or you said this last time, I didn't like it, or you generally do this, I don't like it, or you generally say this, I don't like it, they would say, I don't like when people when people do X, Y, Z. And obviously, you know, I was people in that case, okay, supposedly. But it don't matter, because nowadays I don't take anything personally. In this video I'm gonna tell you how I got to this point, and that is, first of all, like I said, by understanding that most things are not personal. Okay, get out of your head. If you go out there, you go to a restaurant, to a coffee shop, and the waitress is not very nice, don't let your first thought be like, she's doing this because, you know, of my outfit, of my hair, or because I look bloated today, or the first thought I used to have back in the day is she's, you know, being unfriendly because I'm black. Okay, don't let that be your first thought. You know, don't be that narcissistic. Like, think perhaps she's going through something, you know. Like, most of the time people are moving the way they do because of themselves, not because of you. You know, human beings are animals of projections. Okay, I mean, I live in Europe, and most waitresses and waiters are not very nice here anyways, because, you know, tipping culture here is not as big as in America. You know, I've seen some people on TikTok tipping like 20%. That's not fun to happen here in Europe. Now, I always do tip. I don't tip 20%, you guys, because y'all don't watch my videos. No, because the algorithm doesn't push my videos, whatever. But I do tip, like, always, like, you know, 10%, maybe sometimes 15%, but I won't lie and say I tip 20%, you know. But I do tip every time, like all the time, every single time. But in Europe, like, tipping culture in general is just not as big, at least here in Germany, as it is in America. So, you know, most waitresses and waiters here are not very nice anyways, generally, you know, unless it's somewhere like really upscale or whatever. But yeah, sorry you guys, I have ADHD. What I meant to say here is that if a waitress is not being very nice to you, that could be because, you know, her partner cheated on her. It could be because perhaps her child is ill, or she herself is ill but still couldn't afford to take a day off because she really need that money. You know, it could be because her mom is ill, because her dad is ill. You know, it could be for a million and one reasons. Perhaps she's just not someone who is like very extroverted, very warm, right? Don't project onto people, you guys. I mean, as much as humanly possible, right? We're all guilty of projecting, but it's not because you are very warm and very loud and very smiley, you know, that everybody is. Perhaps this person is just more withdrawn. Perhaps that is her personality type. So don't take it personally if, you know, you go somewhere, to a supermarket or anywhere, you know, where services are being like performed, and the person who is performing the service isn't like super warm to you. Don't let your first thought be, oh, you know, this person is doing this because of you. You know, they're doing this because they are preoccupied with something, whatever. Don't carry that with you. You know, if you can stand it, just do whatever you need to do. You know, drink your little coffee, eat your little cake, you know, get your groceries and keep it pushing. If you really can't stand it, then leave. Okay, you're not, you know, you don't have to stay like in a restaurant or in a coffee shop if you don't like the ambiance. You can just leave. Okay, just take your purse and go drink your coffee elsewhere where the person is a little bit friendlier. Now, sometimes things are actually personal. Okay, like, you know, like when my friends used to stop text me, that was meant to be personal. And, you know, sometimes we do know that whatever this person is doing is meant, you know, for us. We are not tripping. And so what to do in that case? You can still choose to not take it personally. That's a fact. You know, one thing that I always say is if they don't know you personally, don't take it personally. Remember, you guys, nobody can make you feel small without your consent. Okay, nobody. So, and what I mean by knowing you personally is not because you know somebody, as in like, you know, their friend, you've been bullying with them before, that they know you personally, or because, you know, somebody's a family member of yours, a cousin or something. That doesn't necessarily mean, you know, they know you like you like in and out. I mean, unless you've been vulnerable with them, unless you confided in them, they don't actually know you, you know. So it is what it is. So I'm going to give like a couple of examples, but remember, these examples are just like semantics. So I don't know you personally, no pun intended. So, you know, just apply like the general consensus of it to your life and your personal situation. Let's say that, you know, you've lost a tremendous amount of weight. Let's say that you always struggle with your weight throughout your life. It's something that, you know, really bothered you, and you have like hormonal issues. Maybe you have had that can always make, you know, losing weight difficult, and you finally, you know, put in the hard work, the dedication and the abnegation necessary, you know, to lose the weight and stay fit, and now you are in love with your new body and you're in love with yourself. And so you always wear, you know, a little bit of very revealing outfit and stuff, and let's say that, you know, somebody, a cousin or whatever, is taking jabs at you because of this, you know, saying you dress like a hoe or whatever, you know, don't take it personally, because unless you like been vulnerable with this person about your struggle, like how bad you felt, you know, back when you couldn't wear what you wanted and stuff, you know, they don't know, you know, the hard battle that you've had to fight, the abnegation that you had to put in, how much you've had to sacrifice to get you where you are. They don't know how happy and confident you feel now, how much you love your body now, and you don't have to like take whatever they say too hard. Just, you can decide to ignore them, just don't mind them, you know. If they say that, just be like, oh well, you know, I guess I dress like a hoe, then it is what it is, and laugh and keep it pushing, you know. If people didn't know your inner struggle, then just don't take whatever they have to say personally. Like I said, this applies to anything. Let's say you grew up really impoverished, and you know, you really suffered from that, and it was really like hard, a hustle every single day, and then you worked your butt off, you know, to have a lot, or you know, to have more, and nowadays you know, you just treat yourself to massages and getting your nails done and lavish holidays, and you know, you get yourself a bag or two from, you know, Gucci or Fendi, and you travel business and first. If somebody accuses you of being a show off, don't mind them. They don't know how hard you've had to work again to get to where you are. They don't know how being impoverished as a child, how it affected you, you know, the shame that comes along with poverty, and you know, how seeing all these people have all this stuff, or the kids at school mock you, how that made you feel small, how that affected your self-esteem. They don't know this, they don't know your story. You don't have to mind them, you guys. Don't take to heart what other people say. It's whatever, it don't matter, okay? Now the last example I'm going to give in this video is, say you had really low self-esteem. Okay, let's say you've been abused as a child, traumatized, you know, you had parents who perhaps should have abstained from, you know, having children, you know, who emotionally damage you, perhaps, you know, in worst cases even physically damage you, you know, horrible things like that, that really can affect and will shake one's self-esteem. And you've had to work really hard to gain your confidence back, you know, to get your self-esteem to be higher and all that good stuff. And now people accuse you of being arrogant. People accuse me of being arrogant all the time, you guys. It's just what it is, because again, that's a reflection of them. You know, when people have low self-esteem, then they will confuse your confidence for arrogance. They will take your confidence. Some people who have low self-esteem will actually take your confidence as a personal offense, okay, because they feel so intimidated by your confidence that to them it can only be arrogance. But that's only because they are lacking so much in this area, and they are projecting that onto you. Like I said before, human beings are animal of projection. We all project. So when someone has really low self-esteem and they bump into someone who is very confident, now I'm not talking about somebody who is actually arrogant, okay, you guys, I'm talking about somebody who is just generally confident. A lot of people that have low self-esteem are going to, you know, take that to heart, take that as an attack on them, because again, this is something they're lacking, and they see somebody with it and they take this as a personal, you know, offense. So don't mind them. You know, they don't know how hard you've had to work to get to where you are. And you know, anyone who've had low self-esteem, no, okay, low self-esteem is a B, okay? It's very hard to get rid of, extremely hard. For some people, years of therapy are needed. Like, it's very hard to overcome, especially when you had an extremely traumatic childhood, okay? That takes a lot of work, okay? Like, and it's consistent work, and you have to stay on top of it, and a whole lot, okay, child? So it's a lot. So if somebody doesn't know this, they don't know how hard you've had to work to gain your confidence, they don't know, you know, much about your backstory, your childhood, the abuse that you faced, and you know, they accuse you of being cocky or whatever, again, don't take it to heart. Remember, you get to choose, you get to decide whether you want to take what somebody is saying personally or not. You get to reject it. You get to think, oh well, you know, in your mind. Don't even engage back and forth with them. Why are you saying this? You don't know me. You know they don't know you. Let that be enough for you, okay? Don't go back and forth with nobody about nothing, you know, unless about money, okay? Always go back and forth with people about your paper, okay? But that's about it, okay? So you guys, I hope this video was helpful. I hope that, you know, it will help somebody stop taking things personally, because taking every little thing that people say and do personally can really just be a nightmare. Okay, this can make your everyday, your day-to-day life very, very, very miserable. I wish that on nobody, because you know, I know how it feels. I've been there, done that, and it wasn't fun. Okay, so hopefully this will help free somebody from the shackles of, you know, taking every single little thing personally. If you like this video, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. In the comment section down below, let the community know, okay, let the girls know what are your best tips, okay, to stop taking everything personally. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel as well, and I will be back soon, and very, very, very soon. Okay, bye guys. Mwah.